You're listening to Real Talk Texas on 570 KLIF News and Information. Now, live in studio, your host, local real estate expert Steve Hakes.
Welcome to Real Talk Texas. I'm Steve Hakes. I'm your host every Sunday here at noon to 1. And again, today we're going to talk about real estate in North Texas. And you've probably been hearing the buzz on other radio shows as well as mine that the market has really done a complete turnaround. It's truly a seller's market today, and it's very exciting. We were saying in our office at Affiliated Bank that our purchase business started a couple months early. Traditionally, we see contracts coming in starting in May, June, July, August, September. Those are the move months for most people that are moving school districts. But I really believe there's been some pent-up demand out there, and that's why we're seeing people trying to get an early start on buying homes because they're hearing us talk about the limited inventory that's out there and what's available. So I think it's a very exciting time. If you're listening out there, we're going to give you a number to send a text to later in the show to reach out to myself or to our guests we have in the show today to help you with your real estate needs. So first, I'd like to go right in and introduce Jeremy Wages of the Rhodes Team of Keller Williams. They're located in Flower Mound. And Jeremy's one of their top listing agents there, but one of the reasons that we reached out to Jeremy and to the Rhodes Team is because they are truly a unique firm in the real estate market, and we're really happy to have you on the show here today, Jeremy.
Hi, Steve. Thanks for having me.
First, I'd like to tell you why they're so special. And in the last 2 years, Keller Williams Realty, they have over 90,000 agents throughout the world. And the Rhodes Team has been the number one income-producing agent for 2011 and 2012 in the world. Now, here we are in Flower Mound, Texas, Jeremy. I'm going to find out how that happened and why. And that there's some secret sauce here that you shared with me before the show, so we're going to get into that. But in addition to that, they're also the number one producing team in the state of Texas for Keller Williams as well since 2005. So it's not just a by chance that they hit a number one year. And you've gone through some tougher times, right, Jeremy, in the last few years, a down market and things like that.
Absolutely.
So, tell me a little bit about, let's start with, the Rhodes Team and the history. It's got some family history that I think that the listeners would like to know about.
The Rhodes Team, it's a family team. Rhodes is my mother's maiden name, and it all started with Verna Rhodes back around the late 1970s when she got into real estate. And from the 70s and the 80s, she was with another real estate brokerage firm. She did very well with it. She was an individual agent. And around 2001, Russell Rhodes came in and joined her, and they kind of formed into being an actual proper real estate team. And the way that it's kind of worked is it started off that he would take the listings, she would take the buyers. Then they started adding administrative staff. Then they started adding some more buyer's agents. A few years later, 2010, I joined the team as a listing agent, and we've done very well with it. It's kind of an interesting concept that we have the agents on the buyer side. They focus specifically working with our buyers. Russell and I, we focus working with our sellers on the listing side of it. And we have administrative staff that helps us to make sure that they're going to get all the paperwork done for us, and they're going to walk us through to closing so we have true professionals in every stage of the real estate transaction.
Well, that makes a big difference than someone, I guess, probably that doesn't have that kind of support behind them. And when you're the consumer out there and you're engaging with an agent, it's added value, I would think, to the people that are working with you.
Absolutely, it is.
I was in awe when we talked about the fact that the Rhodes Team was number one in the world. Okay, 90,000 agents. That's to be named number one. I mean, that's pretty big. So how did you guys do it?
It started kind of with Verna's concept going back through the 70s and 80s and 90s that it was always about the customer. She always put her customer first. And when Russell joined within it, kind of forming it more into a proper company culture, he created a program called our Client Appreciation Program. And we've been very blessed with it. High-level overview, we sold 481 homes last year. 273 of those were based on referrals from past clients. What we do with our Client Appreciation Program is we have, for anybody that sells a house with us, we have free for life for them, moving trucks, pickup trucks, margarita machines, snow cone machines, chocolate fountains, popcorn machines, tables, chairs, chafing ware, a couple other things as well. But the concept that we wanted to have was a genuine, unique opportunity to stay in touch with people and to have a bona fide reason of why we're going to have a relationship going forward post-sale. Because the way we look at it, we're not just your agents for this one house. We want to be with you forever, right? We want to be the guys that you tell your friends and family about, and we want to be part of your family.
Well, I think it's really, really important. And as a mortgage person, too, I always say I want to be your lender for life. It kind of has a nice ring to it. And other people give lip service to that. But to stay in touch with your past clients is always a challenge. The more clients you get, the more difficult it is to stay in touch with all of them. How do you trigger that for yourself or internally? How do you stay in touch with them?
Well, we have a pretty good internal service that we do that follows up with our clients. We have a 28-touch system that we stay in touch with all of our clients with. But it's really just having that genuine relationship, having those phone calls post-sale. Here's an example, Steve. If a real estate agent's smart, he's going to follow up with his client, right? Usually it happens once a year, and they give a phone call. Hey, how's everything going? Happy anniversary of when selling your house, right? And the conversation always ends with something like this. By the way, do you know anybody else that wants to buy or sell a house? And, that's very clever, but to me it's disingenuous. And what we want to have is a real unique opportunity where we want to really have something of value to give back to them. That's why we have the Client Appreciation Program. That's why when we are talking to our clients, we are somebody that are family with them. We just build genuine relationships.
What I found is when you take really good care of your customers, they're happy to refer you all the time.
Absolutely.
And they actually take a little pride in the fact that they get that opportunity to do that. If you're listening out there and you'd like to have that type of customer service when in the real estate market, pull out your cell phone right now and let's put in our show number for Real Talk Texas. It's 817-925-2546. That's 817-925-2546. 2546, and just type in the word buy or sell, and we'll put you in touch with Jeremy Wages of the Rhodes Team. We'll also help you out on our side doing the pre-qualification, make sure you're set up to buy or sell. And we're going to talk a little bit later in the show about some of the key strategies you need to do and need to know. It's a very hot market, and Jeremy's got some great secrets that he's going to share with you later in the show, so stay tuned. You're listening to Real Talk Texas here on AM 570 KLIF News and Information Radio.